This is going to be the instructions on how to apply these single ply Windsavers, and the type of adhesive that you're going to use is weldwood contact cement. You usually take the Windsaver off of the harmonica, and because these Windsavers that I make are all one size to begin with, you are now able to come back and cut them to the size. So what I do, just rock the knife and that cuts it. And then I'll take the next one, rock it, and it'll cut it to that length. And now what I do is I take the glue itself and I keep the reed plates off to a distance. And what I want to do is I'm going to do number 1 on both reed plates, number 2, number 3, and number 4, and that's why there's so many here. Okay, so I hold it like that with the curved part there, and I open the bottle, and I come back here, and I put that much on there. Okay? Don't worry, you get a little drip, and I lay it here on a white pad of paper. Which they have. Okay, I'm going to do another one. Here's why I also have a piece of paper here. If I come back here with this method here, if I happen to put a little too much, like, oops, a little too much on there, I can take it off of here and bring it over to the paper and just put my finger there and wipe that off of there. See, and now I've cleaned all the glue off of there, and I can try to be a little more careful on the neck. I want this to set up between 2 to 3 minutes before I actually apply it. This happens to be a CX12. It has that plating on here. Glue has a problem wanting to stick to this plating. What I end up doing is after I remove the Windsavers, I do a diagonal crosshatch mark. I make lines across here diagonally, make scratches, and then what I do is I come back diagonally and make the scratches this way. Pause. Okay, now if you can take a close look, you can actually see the Windsavers. Here's what's happened is by the touch, it doesn't want to stick, but if I push down, that it's still wet inside. So this is at the perfect spot, and it takes about 2 to 3 minutes. So what then I do is I take the Windsaver here, and then what I want to do is with these Windsavers, I can see through the slot. So what I do is if you notice the front of the Windsaver, I run short. You can see the opening, because what I want to do is I want to go behind the slot, the back of the slot, and I'm going to push down and I'm going to slide the Windsaver forward. So I'm going to try to do this so you can see it. Okay. I put it on there. The front of the Windsaver is not over, it's still not on over the slot. Closing it, and then I push down and I slide it down. Okay? And I got my finger on this area. Okay? Can you see how I did that? One of the greatest things about these Windsavers, you can see looking through here, and what I'm trying to do is the glue itself, there's the end of the slot, you still see a little bit of white, and ideally I want to get the glue, what I'm shooting for is to get the glue up to the end of that slot. Okay, I'm going to do it on this one here. I go back, hold it, bring it forward, bring it down, and what I'm doing is I'm looking at the Windsaver here, and I'm centering it, and I'm getting just the edge. I can see just the edge is coming over there, the end of the slot, and then I let go. See that? The glue's there. Okay, I'm going to continue this. I go back over here. I go to line it up. I have a little bit of the slot opened. I hold it, push it down, and slide it forward. And what this does, this smears the glue and gives it a better seal. It also just stops it from going into the end of the slot. Sometimes the glue, you put too much on there, even new harmonicas will have that. The glue has rolled over and has dried. There'll be glue at the very end of the reed inside the slot. Put it on there, push it down, slide it forward as I'm pushing my finger down on that. Okay. What's great about having that crosshatch pattern, right now the glue has pushed down into it, and it actually is starting to remember it's holding that position. Okay. I just got a few more here. See, now what's nice about that, the glue is on there, it's on there, but I can wiggle it around using the edge of the Windsaver because I can see through and line it so it's super straight on there. Here's another one. Go to the back, slide it on, bring it back down. Now the reason that the curl, I put that bend on the end of the slot is so when I push it down, it'll take these single layer Windsavers and it automatically gives it downward pressure, so when it dries in that position, it's going to have pressure holding that Windsaver down. The tension is right here because I put that little bend, and it's going to keep that and hold that in place a lot better. I really have not had any problems with these Windsavers. They don't curl, which is great. They don't curl, they don't flap. I've eliminated all the problems that I've had with the Windsavers in the past with the two-piece. Okay, put it on pause. Okay, now the last thing that I will do here to these Windsavers is after they've had the initial setting in place, and what I do is to take my finger and I'll put it on the Windsaver here if I like the way it's lined up, and I hold my finger here, and I take this finger and I take it and I just push and I roll out the glue, any excess, and it just locks it in place by doing that. Okay, I'm going to roll this out again. Roll it out again. Roll it out. Okay, hold it in place. I'll do it to this one here. Okay, pushing it down, holding my finger, holding the Windsaver in place. Oh, that one got away, but it's okay. Just move it back. Okay, now, what I want you to see, looking down here at the Windsaver, look how they lay nice and flat, okay? I want you to see this one, okay? Even at this spot, look at this. This is still wet back here, but because I have put that bend and it's holding in place, they snap. They come right down. Okay, now if you notice on here, after this right here, there's a little bit of excess of glue, okay? Well, what I usually do is after it's dried, I'll come back with my knife here and I'll just make a little cut around each side if there's any excess of glue that's come out, and I'll make a cut with the utility knife, and then take my tweezers here and I'll just go along the edge and I'll peel it off, and it just comes off in a dry strand, and the Windsaver is in place. So that is the way that I replace Windsavers. I hope this helps you out.